What's going on, guys? Ben here, and today I'm going to take you through my 5 kind of top Tarkov kind of tools that you can use, as well as a bonus 6th one just for fun. And yeah, these aren't necessarily that you need to have every single one up all at the same time. You don't need to be making notes and and everything like that. I bring these up at different times, different things I need and stuff like that. I'm not necessarily running them up on like all these different monitors all at the same time, so can be quite an intimidating kind of game to get into, Tarkov, and there's no harm or shame in using any of these tools to support you. And this is going to be across maps, wikis, and all that kind of stuff as well. There's so much to learn with this game, and a lot of it is going to be still helping you as you get 100 plus hours in the game and more. So no shame in that whatsoever. And I thought I'd just run through kind of the tools that I use, and yeah, we can kind of I'll talk to you a little bit about them and how I use them, and what they're good for. And like I said, some of these you might find really useful, and you might pick up 1 or 2 of them yourselves, might start using all of them. None of them are sponsored or affiliates. Some of them have paid options, but most of these are all free as far as I'm aware. I'll double check, but I think they're all free as a base level. Some of them have some paid options if you wish, but yeah, this is something that I dip into and use every time I'm doing a wipe in Tarkov. And I thought I'd share that if in case there's anyone who's looking to jump into this wipe, because this wipe 0.14 is super good. Really recommend it. And so if you've been on the fence, or you've maybe been out the game and you want to come back in, now's a great time to do so. I think it's the game, for me at least, and I've been playing since 2020, so since about the time when Reserve came out, the game's never felt better, in my opinion. So yeah, great time to jump back in. So with all that said, remember to like, comment, subscribe. You can join the Discord as well. All the links and stuff are down in the description below, and let's jump straight into it. Okay, so the first one is going to be the Escape From Tarkov wiki. So this is just escapefromtarkov.fandom.com, and you just type in like Tarkov, Escape From Tarkov wiki into Google, and it will come up with this. And this is basically your Tarkov Bible. So if I'm not sure whether I need a certain item for a quest, or maybe quests have changed with like the 0.14, or maybe you want to know what some of the skills do and how they work, everything's here. So like I said, you can just come in here and you can just type in, I don't know, say I found a bottle of shampoo and I wanted to see if the shampoo bottle could be used for any trades, or maybe I needed it for a quest item that was coming up quite soon. I can just type that in, and I can then see, okay, the shampoo bottle's there. I can get an idea of where you can tend to find them, like what kind of caches and stuff like that. But then also what trades are available. Who can I trade this with? Who can I give this to? And how many do I need? And what's the trade? And then you can even like drill down into these and go, right, okay, well, what does Therapist have? How much rep do I need? What does she sell at Loyalty 1, Loyalty 2, and so on and so forth. You see some historical stuff as well. So really cool. You can even search like, say, gunsmith, and say you're stuck on like gunsmith part 3 or something like that. You can jump in here and see like it's the MP5 one. And like I said, if there are any changes between patches, this will be updated as each patch kind of, as people find them and update them. But like I said, you can get an idea then of, okay, for this build, MP5 SD from Peacekeeper, give you some options in terms of how to get that if you don't have it and stuff like that, and then where you can get them from, if it's a barter or not. This makes these kind of tasks super easy. It's then just a case of finding the parts, obviously, but actually knowing where to start is super good with these. And like I said, even quest rewards and stuff tells you where they are and what other quests it unlocks and stuff, so you can get help with all these kind of things. So it just takes a bit of that kind of ambiguity out of it completely, and you can just jump straight in and check these things out. And like I said, as you come across stuff, you might be like, okay, well, I've got some bolts, but you know, should I sell some? How many do I need? And it can even be like, right, well, you're gonna need 2 for the gym, 1 for the shooting range. Like some of these things you might be like, well, that stash level 4 is way off, or the weapon rack, I don't care about that right now. So you can kind of sell some stuff, you can hoard it, entirely up to you. You can kind of play with that how you wish. But again, really useful tool. The Tarkov wiki is my go-to, and super good. Highly recommend. Completely free. Okay, so this next one is Map Genie, And Map Genie work with, as you can see here, loads of different games. They do interactive game maps for most big games that come out, and so really useful there on that side of things. But what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at Tarkov, and for instance, right, we can see the Ground Zero map here, which is the new map for 0.14. But you know, even if we went to like just customs, for instance, you can then see it has all the icons interactive as well, so you can like hover over things, you can click on things as well. It'll tell you like if you found on the counter, shows you where quest items will be and stuff like that. This is probably the one item I would recommend you have up on a second monitor, especially if you're new to the game and you're trying to then just learn the maps, learn the landmarks. This is how you're going to do it super easy, because you're then going to be like, when you spawn into customs, say you spawn on big red side, you see the big red warehouse, it gives you a sense of direction then that, okay, there's going to be the river there, moving over into the construction area and over down into the warehouses and out to, you know, ZB kind of thing. It's one of those things that just really helped me to get bearing on the maps and everything like that, and understand where I am, learning to spot landmarks and things like that, because that's the biggest thing. Is when you spawn in, you want to know where you are ASAP, so it's just learning that, and that's just going to be with time and practice and scav runs and PMC runs, and just accumulating the hours, putting the minutes in, as it were. So yeah, these are really good to see where other PMC spawns, good to see the extracts as well, because it will actually tell you if the extract's always open, who it's for, is it single use or not, because some of these like the if I can zoom in here, like the gas station, it's PMC only. It's not always open though. You got to wait for the green flare. If the green flare is there, extraction's available. If there's no green flare when you get there, you can't get out, and so you have to go to a different one. So just really useful when you load in, press O, which is the default, to check your times and your extracts, and then see which ones line up. And you can kind of see here that the green ones are your PMC only, the orangey ones are your scav only ones, and then the blue ones, which there are a few, they're all of them. You can get them as a scav or a PMC. So yeah, just something there. And like I said, you can move between all these. You can also, if you're looking for something in particular, you can like just highlight, you can like hide everything and then just show you can, yeah, hide all is here, and then you can just say, like, say you're looking for like keys, you can just click that and it'll show you where all the key spawns are on the map. And like I said, you get these little within dorms on customs, for instance, you can actually see the key kind of breakdown in the dorms itself there as well. Works really good, gives you the time limit and how many players are on there as well. Now this is a free tool apart from some of the newer maps. These maps that say work in progress, and I was joking to a friend about this, that Reserve has been work in progress since I first started playing. I believe it's still one of the paid maps. I do have a paid account. I paid like a one-off fee and I have like a lifetime access now. I don't know if they still do that. I think it was only like $10 or something like that. But yeah, basically like ones like Reserve and Lighthouse and stuff like that, I think if it's still the same, these are paywalled, the newer ones, same as Streets as well, and obviously the new map Ground Zero, that's been paywalled as well. So some of these are, especially while they're like being made and stuff, I do appreciate it takes a lot of time to put these together and everything like that, and map it all out. But obviously all the base maps, custom Shoreline, Woods, Interchange Lab, I'm guessing when Shoreline has its rework, Shoreline's update, although it's happened, the map isn't updated for that yet. I imagine Shoreline might move to a work in progress and stuff as well. Not too sure with that. Like I said, have a little look. But this is a really useful map. Worst case scenario, you can Google image, and there might be other maps out there as well. Absolutely fine. In fact, one of the other tools I'm going to show you will actually have maps as well. Not as detailed for items, but will give you a basic idea and understanding at least. So yeah, Map Genie, really useful. And like I said, you might find it useful for other games as well. This next one, when I first started, this wasn't a website. This was a Google spreadsheet that was severely lagged, and there were multiple versions, like backups of backups, so that most, you know, when so many people are on the spreadsheet, it struggled to load and stuff like that. No Food After Midnight. He's a Tarkov streamer and content creator, and he has these ammo charts basically. So he goes through and puts all those kind of ammo tables together with him and his team. And basically what this does is, there's so many ammo types in Tarkov, it can sometimes be a bit overwhelming for sure to see where you even go and how you even do these things. And basically you've got the 6 classes of ammo, and basically you've got the 6 classes of armor as well in Tarkov. So there's a lot of different like stats here and stuff about accuracy and fragmentation chances and things like that. To begin with, you just want to look at what ammo do you have. Say you wanted to find what the PST-GZH ammo was like, and this is what you get if you start as Bear. I don't know if you get it if you start as a USEC, but basically it's 9x19mm ammo, and you're like, how good is that? So you can go, right, I've got PST-GZH. You can find out like how much damage and how much pen value it does. Pen value is how much it's going to pen the armor, and that affects how good it is against armor in its first place. Fragmentation is how the bullet's going to, the chance of it breaking basically and causing more damage. And the damage itself is just pure damage. If you just shoot an unarmored person, or like you shoot their legs or something like that, that's just how much damage it's going to do. You got the effective distance and max distance and all that kind of stuff, and the speed of the bullet travel. But here, like I said, the class is what matters. Here that PST is a 6. It's going to work really well against class 1 and class 2 armor, and it drops off against class 3. So if someone's wearing a class 3 rig, and I know the armor plates and systems have changed in this current wipe, so sometimes with the layering of it kind of changes a little bit now, but essentially if you're just there one-on-one with a class 3 plate, you're going to take more hits to get through that class 3 plate. You're going to kind of hit that wall. I'd say anything that's like 4 and above is kind of usable against that class. Obviously 5 and 6 being the best there, 6 being the best, but you can see here the best 9x19 ammo to go through most classes is going to be PvP GZH, but that's going to up to class 5. Realistically, class 6 is going to struggle. It is only 9x19. It also says here whether it's available on the flea market or not, and whether it's subsonic or not. And so you can see, like, obviously the higher caliber ammo types, like your Golnik kind of 545x39 is going to be good against all classes of armor. No armor is safe against that ammo. It's super high pen, 62 pen, and although you might look and see the BS one is 43 damage and 54 pen, this one's penning through everything basically. So there's loads of different things there. You can see obviously as well whether recoil control is increased or not, or accuracy. Some of the ammo has debuffs and buffs, but yeah, super useful tool just to get an idea. First of all, if you've picked up like some ammo and you're wondering if it's good or not, then you can just check here and go, is it good? Because like Armageddon, if you're into the leg meta and you want to be going for like dropping prone and shooting people in the legs, Armageddon, at 3 pen, it's not going to pen anything. However, its damage is super high, and so if you're going against an unarmored opponent or you're going at the legs and you've got a whole mag of Armageddon in there, it's going to rinse that player. It's going to completely kill them. I believe if the Thorax is 85, I think 1 tap to the Thorax if it's unarmored would kill them. So obviously different things come into play. There's a lot of dice rolls in a way that happens with this, but that's generally the idea of it. If you're not into that style of play, then I'm not going to use Armageddon, and we're just going to sell that because I do want the higher pen stuff, so you can sell it and get some rubles. So nice and simple. So this is a really good site. Like I said, the weapon, like I said, the site itself now is a huge upgrade. Before it was just a spreadsheet. Now you've got things like ammo graphs, you've got tier lists as well. I think some of this will be changing with like 0.14 and stuff like that. And they even have maps on here as well. There's another source of maps. Again, let's see. I don't know if they're free. They are free. They're included. So, like I said, it's not as interactive. But if you just want a map just to get an idea of like location and stuff like that, then this is perfect. So you can use something like this instead of Map Genie, and works really well. You can also see trader timers, and there's also the quest item tracker as well, which this is new for me. I haven't actually seen this. This used to be just a PNG that people would share around, but basically this is if you find these items, it's recommended to keep hold of them because you're going to need them to like hand them in for quests eventually. Now, whether you hoard them all as you find them, some of these quests will be like level 50 quests, so and you're going to be holding it in your inventory from like level 6. That's up to you. That's whether you got the stash space for that and stuff. I've been a victim of trying to do that too much as well in the past, and then I've got no room, so up to you. But this helps you just go, like, when you're picking something up, obviously you can go, do I need that, do I not, and just helps you go from there. Really. Moving on, this next one is Tarkov Market. It's tarkov-market.com, and this is basically what's worth selling on the flea market. There is a paid subscription for this, so obviously you can see here the pro status required to see basically what your profit would be and stuff like that, because it will compare basically what selling to the trader is versus selling on the flea. So this is just an example here at the moment, at the time of recording, the Chiappa Rhino. You can sell it to mechanic for 3,248 rubles, but if you sell it on the flea market, you're roughly going to get about 28k for it. So you're going to make about 23 and a bit k in profit there. And yeah, super cool to see if you're running something, if you've got something that's really good. Like I said, medical blood sets, this is really high at the moment. 23k for a blood set. You're only selling it at 6 to therapists. Obviously, flea market unlocks level 15, so if you're just starting out, you're not going to really use this too much. You might want to have a look and just hold on to some stuff until you get to level 15, and then maybe check it again, because like I said, things fluctuate like in real life with supply and demand. As we get later in the wipe, you'll find like fuel cans and everything and way more expensive intelligence and all that kind of moonshines popping off and everything, GPUs for the Bitcoin farms and stuff. Like, we've seen all those kind of things. Like, the economy in Tarkov is really cool in that way. It is really player driven, but yeah, just seeing what's there and stuff. And like I said, you might find some weapon parts and you might want to search those, because some gunsmith tasks, those parts are worth a lot if you find them in raid, and you can sell them on the flea and stuff like that. So cool tool there. Cool thing with this is it does have maps as well. So this was another free tool that also has maps. Again, different kind of look and style to it. You can see the quests and everything, and it will tell you where the quests are on this one. So this is another option for seeing, you know, your scav extracts, and you get whatever map works for you. It's just something to help you just get orientated and see where things are, and go from there. And again, you've got the progression item tracker and things like that, items to keep, hideout modules, really useful. Again, these things are super good. You can see craft calculators and your BT farm calculators. They even have their own ammo one. I haven't used this myself, so again, there's lots of things here to check out and stuff like that. So yeah, tons of info on this one. Yeah, I'm not sure how much of this is behind paywall or not. I think, like I said, you can see some things are behind a subscription. Not actually sure how much a subscription is for this one. Not sure if so it's $5 a month. $5 a month. Yeah, and you can change the different things, and you can have an interactive quest map with that as well. So arguably for the maps, you might find Tarkov map Genie is cheaper for that maybe, but then in general the actual you get a load of other stuff with this one as well. So yeah, worth having a look there on that side of things, if that's of interest. For my last one, we have Tarkov Tracker. Now this is a cool kind of bit of a nerdy kind of checklist, or, you know, if you like to see progression or what's coming up and stuff like that. This also helps with kind of, you know, that one we showed before where it was like what items you need for traders. This is kind of a good tool to see what items you're going to need coming up for the upcoming traders and stuff. So it's not kind of a global top-down view, but kind of a looking down the line. So you can log in, and logging in just allows you to then share your progress with other people. Otherwise it just stores it in your cookies and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're going to be like on different devices and stuff, you might want to log in and create an account. It's free as far as I'm aware. There's no charge for this, and basically you can select your level here. You tell it, it's not got a link with Tarkov, so you got to tell it what level you are and stuff like that. And then basically when you come here into your tasks, you can then see what tasks you've got. So you can then see, so I've done this quest, so I can just mark it as complete. I've done this quest as well. You can tick it, especially if it's like a multiple one like this one. I've ticked them to say I've done them, and it kind of helps you track on a surface level. And it's useful because you can actually combine this with other people if you're playing in a group, and then you can kind of all see each other's quest progression and see, okay, well, so and so is going to need to find some iskras and a noodles for the acquaintance. I need to get a shotgun, I need to do that, I need to do this. So really cool on that side of things. And you can even like look at locked and just have a look at what's coming up as well, what level you need to be, especially if you're new to this and you just want to get an idea of what's coming. Yeah, so this works really well for just compiling all this together. And like I said, you got this showing just for yourself or for all people as well, so you can share like a link with each other to then have all your progression. You can then see kind of who's on what. Needed items, this is really useful. You can see what you need for tasks and how many, or you can set it to hideout and it will show you as well what kind of things you need. So you can kind of then go, well, the classic matches, I've got both of them, I've done security level 1. In fact, on the hideout itself, you can actually then, if you're coming into this partway through the wipe, or even as you go, you can say, well, I've built the vents, I've built heating 1, I've built security. So it'll start taking them off the needed items list, and it'll update it for you with what new things you're going to need and stuff like that. So really, really cool to see that. And then obviously in settings and stuff, you can then say what your faction is, what edition you've got. So obviously if you've got Edge of Darkness, you then don't need to do the stash and things like that, and it will update your loyalty with the traders as well and stuff like that. And this last one's just for a bit of fun. So Drakezilla is a content creator and he has a website called loadoutlottery.com, and this is basically you have to follow him. You log in with your Twitch and you follow him and it gives you access. It's free otherwise, but you just gotta drop him a follow basically on Twitch. Basically this gives you an option there to do a light lottery for a follow. If you get the deluxe lottery, if you're doing a sub, slightly monetized it in that way, but the light lottery itself, you can just play light. And basically what this does is it just rolls you a kit, and then this is maybe further in the wipe. This, like I said, this is just a fun suggestion. If you want to spice it up a little bit, you can then just do roll a kit, and you basically will then go and buy that on the flea market. It's quite cool if you're a content creator and you can do this. Then you can go, right, okay, AKMN with a Corsair, TC 2001, the MK1 rig, LBT backpack on reserve with leg meta ammo in your AKMN, and that's what you're doing. That's your kind of kit for that run. So can be quite good. You can have that. I see some people do this as like channel point redemptions on Twitch and stuff, so that you then roll that and do that raid and stuff like that. But yeah, cool little kind of fun tidbit to end the video there for you. But yeah, so hopefully you found that useful. That's all from me. Remember, like I said, you don't have to have all of these like up on all your different monitors and stuff all at once. You don't have to be there planning out like a spreadsheet and everything for what you're going to do and stuff. You can do that if you want, but really isn't necessary. Some of these are just for you to use as and when you need them. And like I said, the most important thing I'd say is learning the maps and just getting a good idea of your map knowledge and where you're going. Things will start to fall into place there once you can start confidently going into a map, knowing where you got to go. Obviously, you still got to play through the game and get out and stuff like that, but just helps so much with confidence there, just knowing that, okay, I know where I'm spawned, I know where I need to get out, and you can kind of plan a route then of how you're going to get out and go from there. So hopefully these tools helped. Hopefully the video helped. Let me know if there's any questions in the comments below. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. You can also join the Discord, drop a follow on Twitch. We stream on both Twitch and YouTube. And yeah, thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.